Yo, Haven, what's good though? I know it's been a long time, I know, but I had a lot of things going on. I still do. Know what I'm saying? As we transition, mind you, the shift has started. So I hope you guys have been noticing the changes and I hope you guys are enjoying your transition. It's not easy, but I hope you guys are noticing what's going on. Yo, Haven, what's good though, man? I miss y'all a lot. I'm not gonna lie. If you miss me, I miss you too. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button, hit the sub button. I've been going for a while, but we back. It's gonna take a minute to get into the algorithm. But if you're not new and you've been here and you've been waiting, if you've been waiting, I send deep divine love. Wait, hold on. Let's rewind that. All right, cause it's been a minute. So I'm gonna address you guys properly who've been waiting. If you've been waiting for me, I send deep divine abundance, balance, harmony, love, prosperity, strength, and unity to you and yours as we work in unison to bring forth balance and harmony. My divine brother or sister, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know what I'm gonna name this video, man. But we are back. This is the comeback video. I'm gonna do my best to be consistent. But y'all know what's up, man. We back, man. Let's get back into it, man. Let's get back into the algorithm, Haven. I know it's been a minute and I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm not gonna let you guys know yet what's been happening, but I will. You know, I gotta discern the, you know what I'm saying? I gotta discern the true supporters and then the trolls, the fakers, it's a lot of imposters out here masking up. Honestly, before we get into it, another thing I noticed while I've been gone, especially on YouTube, but other places too, the spiritual community is infiltrated like horribly. And this is something I've been like keeping to myself for a while, but I don't know. Like I feel a little different about feel a little different about what's going on YouTube. Like it's a lot of, you could just tell like when you're actually naturally tapped in and tuned in and you really form that connection with your inner self, your highest, all versions and aspects and benevolence of yourself, you enter and overstand that it's a lot of imposters. And honestly, who like, man, listen, all I'm gonna say is it's not my job. I'm not the spiritual police, but honestly, I don't like it. I highly dislike it. So I'm gonna just stay true to myself and do what I do. You know what I mean? Haven, we back. Let's give me a warm welcome and let's get right into it, baby. By the way, before I press play, this is the raw output. You feel me? So next video, the audio should be a lot better. This is straight raw dog. You feel me? But let's get into it, Haven.
Yo, this is a very important video, so stick with me. I'm about to prove that their time is up. And I promise you, ain't nobody say anything about this because they don't know the actual truth and probably don't even want to believe it. So I debated on making this video just because all the infiltrators I've been talking about recently. Because I already know they're going to take this and remake it however they feel like remaking it. But I'm the first to show you. As y'all can see, it's 4/6/2024. We have the sun to the right. Then we have Mercury in the middle, who y'all would know as Jesus. We have Jupiter to the left, who y'all know as Baal. And we have Uranus to the left also, right beside Jupiter, who you would know as
Mercury. I'm not saying these names, but all right. Mercury, Jupiter, Uranus. Okay.
as Eve. As y'all can see, the planets are basically stars. They have a north and a south pole on them. That basically goes through the planet. And as I mentioned before, planets are toroidal fields. Any type of energy is, including us. That's what our aura is.
That's a
So
fact.
just in case you don't know, this is a toroidal field. Positive energy up top, negative energy on the bottom. And where the energy meets at is called a plane of inertia. So this is how our planet looks. Earth is a flat plane of inertia because we all are energy. Everything is energy. So what they did was overrun the negative energy on top of the positive energy, causing us to drop down, as in like a spiral. This is how we end up in a black hole. They reverse their energy, but positive energy cannot die. So we ended up creating a whole reality for them to live in also, because our minds will refuse to die. Because we create reality literally, and that's what they're manipulating.
With our thoughts.
By changing our energy, reversing it. That's why the whole world is so negative now, to keep this going on. And here we have the Eye of Horus, which also represents the black sun. As I said, we fell into a spiral going down.
Speaking of the black sun, let me know if y'all was, dancing around or doing whatever you was doing. Not literally dancing around, but I mean like dancing with, playing them games with the black sun, aka the eclipse on April 8th. I just want to know. I'm asking for a friend, Haven. I need to know and discern who I need to be sharing my energy with. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Into a black hole. That's what the end of the spiral of this actual Eye of Horus means. Also, Horus is another name for Jesus. And then we have the famous Nazi symbol. But as y'all can see, there's plenty more symbols just like it. Why is that? Because they all represents the black sun. The four corners of the earth going into a spiral, which is the black hole. Now we have the Statue of Liberty, who is Apollo, which is really Mars. The torch literally represents the fake sun that NASA has.
I don't know about that because they said, I don't know. That's questionable. I don't know the facts. All of this stuff is merely speculation and all of that. YouTube, we just, you know what I'm saying? This is entertainment purposes only, merely speculation. Go do your own homework and research. But I know we once saw a video that said the seven things on the crown represent the seven sins as far as such and such. I'm not going to say that name and conjure up that energy because I don't rock out with the malevolent beings. Point blank, period. Let's press play though.
Pattern for that blocks out the black sun. The 7 candlesticks represents the 7 planets that took over, which is a dragon / reptilians. And got plenty of videos going into further details about all this. I'm just giving you a quick rundown that there's plenty of proof out here proving what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well, I hope that gave you a little bit more understanding of what I'm trying to show y'all right now. Anyways, look at where the sun is at and look at where
Make more sense than what I said.
Also note to the top, that is also the devil's comment. As y'all can see on this camera angle, Uranus and Jupiter is to the right. And we have B to the left, which should be Earth. And you see how close we are basically to the sun. This is why I constantly preach that 2025 is the last year of this reality. Because once we approach the sun, it has to reset no matter what. This is also the reason why I said they're going to start pulling some crazy moves right beforehand because they don't have any time. They have to try to get us to produce as much negative energy as possible in order for them to manifest their desired reality. This is the whole point, trying to wake everybody up so this don't happen again. So the video begins on the first day of April. As y'all can see, there are literally Star Wars going on right now. This is basically the same image I showed y'all earlier, but it's in motion. As y'all can see to the top left, that's the devil's comet they was talking about. It is on the move. And I believe it's really for Jupiter and Uranus. Could look at the movement of the devil's comet, but also look at what Jupiter and Uranus is doing right now. Meanwhile, Mercury is chilling. So I zoomed in for y'all so you can see much closer to what's really happening here. Again, look at Jupiter and Uranus. They are clearly in battle. As y'all can see, I believe this is a protective shield because it's protecting themselves from the sun and those solar flares y'all see. And also y'all clearly see their shots coming straight from out of the planets. Come on, there's explosions and everything right there. How can you deny this? How? Look at it again. There's no way you can deny that this is actually happening right now. Y'all see the world. I mean, I know it might sound crazy.
It don't sound crazy to me.
Question NASA, question the satellites. Why are they showing this?
Right.
I will not be surprised if they take this down.
Dang.
I don't hear nobody say this is real. They have to show us some other truth. It's because they already know most of y'all not gonna believe it anyways. This will be the moment y'all say, oh, NASA the deceivers. They don't tell the truth about anything when it's on a topic like this. I want something stupid like the Earth spinning millions of miles per hour, doing all kinds of loops and spirals, going to nowhere. Like, come on, bruh.
Right.
Like, that's the only thing that's real to y'all as long as it makes no sense. But like I said, don't question me, you question NASA about this. And while you at it, question them about this document of war.
Let's pause it. The crew are... Wait. Let's start at the top. Spaceship Earth, in quotations. The crew are plundering the ship's supplies, tinkering with the temperature and life support controls, still looking for the instruction manual, engaging in bloody skirmishes in every corner of the vessel. Increasing the size of the crew by 2 million per week.
United States of America. Ask them what they meant by Spaceship Earth. Maybe it means because we live on a spaceship. Ask them what they meant by bloody skirmishes on every corner of the vessel. Like I said, the 4 corners of the Earth into the black hole. Increasing size by 2 million per week. They're bringing entities in from another planet, tinkering with the temperature and life support controls, global warming. Then the next page.
We're gonna pause it, cause listen, shout out to my man right here on this video, cause he's making it make sense. And wait a minute, hold on. You know what? In the outro of this video, I'm gonna give 2 people who gave me donations in the time of me being gone. I'm gonna give a big shout out to you because that was love. While I'm gone, you still thinking about me. So I definitely send deep divine abundance, balance, harmony, love, prosperity, strength, and unity your way to you and yours. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it, Haven. Humans have taken over and vastly shortened evolution. What you mean by that? If we supposed to be ascending and the shift has started moving into Tara. So what do you mean we shortened evolution? Is it you mean you're panicking because you can't do nothing and things are going faster? Have you guys noticed time is flying? Because time don't even exist. But when you look at the clock, it's flying, right? All right. Anyhow. Of the planet, global warming, pollution, deforestation. Huge public work. Whatever that is, of the human species, genomic design and repair. Mind children? What do you mean mind children, Maravi? Moravi. What do you mean by that? Products, life forms, cross-species molecular breeding, directed evolution, Maxigen, etc. I might have to look into them names there.
Humans have taken over and vastly shortened evolution. So the goals of the planet is to destroy it, of the human species, to brainwash it, products and life forms, mix everything with a man image, which is the image of God. If you go to my subscriptions on Instagram, this is the very first video. I cannot post it nowhere else because I get violated every time because it's too much truth. This is something you cannot deny. So like I was saying, this is literally their last
put,
chance.
brother.
Clearly, they are in battle right now. Trust me, I know how crazy this sounds, but it's the harsh truth that we've been prisoners of war this whole time. Stuck in an alternate reality that they can manipulate from our negative energy. Because we fell in frequency into their territory,
awareness,
which is
raise
the
consciousness, raise frequency and vibration, and we lit. They can't do nothing about that.
I prove this to y'all over and over.
Once we do that, they can't do nothing.
But anyways, y'all know how I keep it. Y'all be gods. Hey.
It requires 8%.
Yo, man. Yo, he made that make so much sense, though. And that's what I mean by raising awareness, consciousness, frequencies, and vibrations, bro. Like, ooh. I wish I could give him a dat. Like, that was good. That was good.
Of the population on the planet to assemble the 5th DNA strand and be able to hold 5th dimensional frequencies in their body in order for Earth to be able to merge properly with with Terra during this time cycle.
Okay, whatever.
We're not quite up to that yet, but we're close.
Getting it.
So one of the things they're asking us to do is learn about our DNA, learn how to use the higher chakras to bring high frequency energy into the DNA, which helps it assemble. Because the higher you can get your DNA and your body and your consciousness vibrating, you're plugged right into the earth grid. It will make the earth grid vibrate faster.
Nice.
There's strength in numbers. The more of us that can do this, the faster the earth grid will vibrate.
Nice.
So it's one of the things they're asking us to do. If the majority of humans totally ignore this grand opportunity we're being presented with, there are 2 worst case scenarios. One is we do start to enter the morphogenetic wave period and the grids are so far out of balance that it starts to make seals on the Earth's vortexes loosen. which will cause volcanic activity, and it will cause plate shifting.
Which is already happening.
And it could be on a massive level. If it's really out of balance, it could create up to a 45-degree shift of the angle of the Earth spinning on its axis, which we're history if that happens. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. It's not that bad yet. But they want us to be aware of how bad it could be. They want us to be aware that they're not joking. They're not saying, oh, gee, come be spiritual because it's fun. They're saying, hello, you're in trouble if you don't pay attention. And how many of us is it going to take to get you to pay attention? You know, so...
That was good. Well said.
One of the neat things that happens if things go right is that during the 5-year period when the wave is cresting, the 5th strand of DNA will manifest spontaneously within the bioenergetic field of every person on the planet. Now right now, we have people with all sorts of different gene codes on the planet. Some have 4th DNA strand assembled, but some only have 2. Now, when you look and you say, hey, I have 2 DNA strands, you know, we see that under a microscope. The other 2 are in your double. Most of us have 4 strands here. And the strands are not that easily divided up. We're okay, once I have my 12-strand package, I'm going to see 12 little strands or 6 double helixes. They're all encoded through each other. But basically, the human being was designed to have 12 strands of DNA.
12th density, man. Come on, man. I told y'all this before, and I like how this is well said and she's breaking it down for y'all, because I told y'all this before. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, you know, don't harm the messenger. You know what I'm saying? It's not how I deliver the message. It's the message itself. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like, I just love the confirmation when we be on point, Haven. Man.
When we do have that fully activated, we are immortal. And we live in harmonic universe too.
Yep.
And we're composed of less dense particles. So when down here, what we are really trying to do, and unknowingly, for millions of years down here, we've been evolving, not knowing what that meant. What does it mean to evolve? We're here. We're here, we try to survive. That's about it. That's all as far as we've got in understanding what evolution is about. What evolution is really about is, just like with a planet evolves by pulling frequency into its morphogenetic field from the unified field of the dimensions that it's in. That's exactly how we evolve too. That's how DNA strands evolve. We can use the higher chakras to repair damage that was done to our genetic code in order to get it functioning properly again. Because at several times within the last 1,000,000 years, our species has been altered several times. It's had certain codes, base tones or overtones, unplugged within certain DNA strands, which literally stopped the evolutionary process. So we could not ascend. We have to fix that. And the Guardians are giving us enough information where we can start to understand how to do that. They're planning to give us exercises on how to use the higher chakras, Keylontic exercises, to start repairing the DNA strands so we can take control of our own ascension process. Because even if 20 people, only 20, were able to make it through the portals whole, where they didn't have to die to do it, they could walk through. That is such a victory for this race.
Yo.
Because this race forgot eons ago that this was even possible. So we're hoping that a lot more people get to go through the portals. All right. If they don't, there's going to be one thing you probably will see if the plan is going the way it's supposed to. If the natural morphogenetic wave is happening as it's supposed to, you will see certain areas having certain earth changes and large groups of people being killed.
Dang.
It will appear to be tragic from out here. These are arranged. The souls involved knew they couldn't assemble their DNA fast enough. They wanted to get out of here and catch that morphogenetic wave before the portals closed, because they can ascend from D4 while the portals are open. And you go to D4 after you leave the physical body in D3. So if in the next 20 years we start to see more and more groups of people dying, don't let it scare you. Don't let it frighten you. Know there's a higher purpose to it. And know those people want to get free. And this was the chance. So there are things that you may see out here that will make no sense unless you understand some of the things that are happening behind the scenes.
Yo. She bust that down real nice though. And we didn't had conversations like this, Haven. I didn't gave y'all little bits and pieces about things like that, man. How everybody's not gonna make it. 12th density. We got to raise our frequency, vibration, awareness, and consciousness. How do we do that? By detoxing heavy metals and parasites, by eating properly, drinking properly, taking care of the vessel, meditating, sun gazing, grounding. Now, before we go further, right? Because that video made me think of something. Whatever happened to Earth Day when we was younger? No, when we was young, whatever happened to Earth Day? But they had a little image of all the colorful people standing on the round earth and they all was holding hands with their hands up to the sky. Y'all remember that? Whatever happened to that? That seems like mass meditation to me. Whatever happened to that? I'm just asking for a friend, Haven. Let's keep it spinning though.
Power crews have been working to repair and replace streetlights in and around Metro Atlanta.
The sensors can record outdoor temperature, capture pedestrian and vehicle movement, and record audio and video.
Drone 2 flew over the Thomasville Heights neighborhood.
So the device attaches very nicely to the light, and it's blends in quite nicely. And it's got two cameras, 2 audio sensors, edge processing capabilities, which is really great and allows you to do a lot more than just kind of sending full video files back.
Fact of the matter is,
yo, listen, I gotta pause. I'm sorry, it's my video back. We gonna talk, we gonna chat, we gonna do all of that. You know what I mean? Discuss and dissect, baby. Remember that? Man, I ain't forget nothing. I ain't forget about y'all and us and how we rock out and how we bond. Come on now. But listen, we talk about coming together, right? I don't promote or condone any violence. This is entertainment purposes only. Why we not coming together and declining those kind of things? Even if we gotta go to extremes like oil paintballs. I'm just saying. I don't know. We gotta do something to work together, but without chaos. You know, we don't promote or condone any chaos. That's low vibrational stuff, and that's what they want. No, we're not on no type of none of that. So we just gotta figure out ways how to come together and overthrow these ridiculous thoughts and ideas that these people behind the scenes who don't even have care or concern for the public and masses of the public of the population. They don't care. They don't. Why we don't got to say so, right? Let's keep it going.
that's not really new technology. Most of you that can look at your skyline already has cameras, ALPR, automatic license plate recognizers, and all types of other AI-infused technology picking up on your digital identity wherever you go. That's why I always keep myself covered and make sure I have a vigilant watch of wherever I am. You have a great, fantastic, blessed, and abundant day. Oh, yeah.
These two teeth here and these 2 teeth here.
I don't got mine. I had braces. They done took mine out. That's how they do us. And I'm still tapped in. Now, let me not get ahead of myself and to my own horn, but realistically, I can just imagine if I did have my 4 wisdom teeth that they stole from me and took from me and convinced me that I needed to get removed. Man, I'll probably be levitating on camera for y'all. Like, man, forget what they talking about. They're gonna have to get up with me. Because you can't stop who or what I am. What the lady said, when you leave density 3, you go to density 4. And hold on, time out. Because I told y'all about the harmonic universes, right? Harmonic universes 1, 2, and 3. And each harmonic universe has 3 densities. So harmonic universe 1 is 1 through 3. And harmonic universe 2 is 4 to 6, right? Right. AKA Tara, right? Man, she made that video. Woo! Press play though, man.
Make up a $3 billion a year industry. Your wisdom teeth. Specifically, wisdom teeth removals. Now, where do they get the name wisdom teeth? Well, each tooth in the human body is related by a meridian to an organ in the body. These are like energetic pathways with nerves and all that. And 85% of people need to have their wisdom teeth extracted during their lifetime. 10 million wisdom teeth are extracted from approximately 5 million people in the US each year at an annual.
And imagine what they do with it.
According to the meridian chart, your wisdom teeth connect to your heart and your pineal gland, your endocrine gland, it says. So that could be why they're called wisdom teeth, but why else? Much like the pain of childbirth, which releases endorphins and adrenaline into your body, that actually rewires your brain. That's why on an MRI, women who have given birth naturally and experienced that pain have a totally different look to their brain than a woman without kids. So the pain and adrenaline that you experience when your wisdom teeth are coming in rewires your brain, makes new pathways.
Is that because she opens up the womb portal? So she's at a higher frequency? Maybe. I have so many questions now. I'm going to keep going on.
And new neuron connections in your brain. The problem is you'll get an x-ray and your teeth will be sideways, and that's because they grow in sideways but straighten out over time. Which could mean that a lot of people get their wisdom teeth removed unnecessarily, which might affect the connection between their pineal gland, heart, and their organs, etc. But I will say, it is still possible for someone who has their wisdom teeth removed to be healthier than someone who has them in. So it's power of the mind here.
They treat ganja like drugs over here, and they are genetically modifying herb and shifting the THC CBD balance to give you the highest high, like it's coke them trying to create with the ganja. I don't promote that. I would travel the world and don't even use no herb for 3 months because I can't get organic herb. You have to be careful what you're putting into your brain.
I agree with her, bro, because listen, this ganja herb that they got in the US, it's all over the place. Let's just be honest. Like, yeah, we know. Yeah, if you burn, cool, whatever. But let's not be in denial here. Like, this ganja herb is gonna beat you. It ain't like the old times. You feel me? I've been in the realm 29 years. Take me back to when I was about 14, 15. Woo! I'm just saying.
Because all of the energy surrounding the way it was planted and so on, all of this goes into your body. Just like when you eat animals, all of the tension that is created inside these animals when they're about to be slaughtered.
That's
you
foul.
Internalize it when you
the
eat
animal
it.
was
so
crying,
you have to think
bro.
about the herbs in the same way. If you can't get
Like
the ganja, you have to...
Like it knows it's about to just get ejected from the realm and transcend. Like, that's foul. Like, you don't feel that connection in your heart space. Like, the animal was crying, bro. Like, I couldn't. That's why I don't work that kind of job. That's why I have a certain life purpose and all of that stuff, because that's something. But this video's getting a little long. Let's go.
We're going to learn to meditate without it. And you have to go find some other herbs too, because we're not just promoting getting high, we're promoting wellness. And ganja is a thing that is good for your brain.
For
your
sure.
brain has cannabinoid receptors. That means you are designed to use this thing to heal yourself.
Hello.
And you can get this from other things too, but do your investigation, do your research, and find out if it is really that important to you. So you have to look at, why am I using this herb? Am I a junkie? Am I addicted to this thing? Because we're not promoting addiction either. So unless I can get the best quality of food and anything to put into my body, it is not going into my body. I understand that living in this kind of society, it's hard for a man to have something to escape, you know what I mean? So that is a dilemma, a question I cannot answer. But I just would say, as much as you can, try to get the best quality food in general to consume.
That's the reality, yeah.
Man. And that's another thing. Like I said, I wasn't going to share yet, but listen, I ain't been working for quite some time, Haven. So it's like my well-being is top priority. Like I said, my top priority is, spiritual growth, proper alignment, all of that, my divine purpose. But you cannot fulfill that purpose if you're not if you're not up with your well-being. You get what I'm saying? So lately, my well-being has been my top priority. I gotta handle some things. So I ain't been consistent. We keep it real over here, man. I'm authentic and genuine. I'm not fabricating nothing. We keeping it real. So I'm being honest with y'all. And that's what's been going on. And you know what I'm saying? Like, things like that get in the way of what you're trying to manifest sometimes, because you in your head. And I'm just now realizing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm wasting my energy when there's something right here at my disposal that I can be using the proper energy to just connect and open up new doorways. You know what I'm saying? So just like get in a great headspace. And so I'm back. We back. But that's the real Haven. If you've been here a while, I'm sure you probably could feel my energy. But it ain't gonna change nothing. We still here, baby. As long as I'm here, we here. It may be times where I'm not always there on the YT, but we always gonna do what we gotta do to form that connection. So, with that being said, let's keep press play and play. Let's keep press play and play. And the reason why I said that is because we're not gonna stop here at this video. We're not gonna stop at the next video. Like I said, I'm gonna do my best to be consistent. So let's keep pressing play.
You smoking, drinking,
You know
all
what I'm
that,
saying?
you do need to find out the chemicals that are in these things. All the weed today is not the old school Indian hemp ganja. It ain't all non-GMO. Do your thing, bro.
I know it ain't. This shit I'm smoking. This shit smoking.
Bro,
There's something on this.
See, we family, we can talk. We can speak the truth and still love each other, not judge each other. We need to be more careful and we need to take more responsibility for our health. That's the facts. The reason why most of us are in this condition is because we haven't eaten properly. We ain't been exercising like we should. We ain't been drinking our water. We ain't been fasting. We ain't been eating fruits and vegetables and all that. And also, yes, the government got a hand in that too, because there's a liquor store in every corner. But it ain't no damn organic, non-GMO grocery stores in the hood. That's strategic as well. The chemicals in the water that they have in the old pipelines that help to cause cancer, that's strategic. The chemtrails and the chemicals that they spray in the air every day in the hoods by zip code, it's there. They do that. Chemicals in the foods, they put that there. The food supply has been injected with certain levels of estrogen chemicals.
That's why men have titties.
Come on now.
That's why men have titties.
Come on. That's called gynecomastia, by the way, yes.
Man boob.
Man, you have multiple causes. A drug called Risperdal, a drug that's prescribed to a lot of males. One of the direct effects is man breasts. Men right now, we're at less than 50% of
This
the
might get
testosterone
copyrighted
levels
because the
than we used to
freaking
be
beat,
I
bro.
get it. That would turn these niggas to bitches.
That's
He
crazy.
just said it. I get it now. The government did
If it gets
bro.
copyrighted,
it's like
I'm throwing
everybody.
some audio
this
over
shit
this, 'cause you need
crazy.
to hear
Big
this.
facts, bro.
Good God Almighty. I've the whole time been wondering. It had to be something
different over here. See, we.
All right, I'm gonna just be real, man. I'm gonna be real. I keep saying I'm gonna stop pausing it, but it feels good to be back and talk, man. I'm not gonna lie. But rewinding back to what I said, I'm gonna keep it brief. Like I said, my well-being is top priority. If you've been watching me on Instagram, man, go follow me on Instagram. I don't like we could bond and talk on a regular. No, don't overwhelm me, but we could do that. But man, listen, long story short, I've been heavy on coconut water and a specific salad that detoxes parasites and heavy metals. But yeah, man, my well-being is top priority. So like when I have roadblocks to my well-being, that gets me in the type of mode where it's like, focus up. All right, boom, let's make it happen. Lock it in. Feel me? Yeah.
We allow the feces to go in the dairy products over here.
Mm-hmm.
And we cool with that.
No, we not. I'm
and
not.
if you ain't cool with it, your government is cool with it. So you're a chump. They don't care. So we're going to allow 10% doo-doo in the dairy products. Little doo-doo ain't bad for nobody. Ain't going to hurt nobody.
Milk. Think about it. The cow does not want to be milked. So the cow is hooked up to this machine that milks it every morning. Thousands of cows hooked up to the same machine. They hit the button. You think the cow likes this? So the cow's in fear. The cow is in pain. The cow is in anger. What happens next? The cow begins to defecate and urinate on the floor. Now, because of mastitis, infected udder syndrome, because they've been milking these cows every single day, there is white blood cells, pus, in the milk. Well, milk is pus anyway, but now we've got blood and all these other things and bacteria.
What color was the cat who told you the black one was bad luck? Before black cats came to be a symbol of bad luck around 16th century medieval Europe, which was around the same time that the practice of witch hunting also began in medieval Europe, which was really just the hunting of black women. The black cat was originally a symbol of good luck and a protection against evil in the homes of ancient Egyptians. This is because in ancient Egypt, the black cat symbolized the goddess Bastet, who, according to Egyptian mythology, protected her father Ra from the evil serpent.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't follow Egyptian knowledge because Egyptian knowledge is so tainted. It's like they use the dark Egyptian magic to manipulate and deceive us and all of that stuff, you know, to emit low frequencies onto us and all of that. So it's like I don't really get up with the Egyptian knowledge. No. But truth be told, if you're a cat person, right? Let me just give you some game here, some esoteric game, right? Cats They come here to this plane and the physical, right? Let me give you some game. Green-eyed cats are healers. Green-eyed cats are healers. Blue-eyed cats are mystics. And gold-eyed cats are guardians. I just gave you some game.
A pet while her father Ra rested, establishing her role as a divine protector in the world of the occult. But when Christianity rose to prominence, so did the demonization of indigenous African spiritual traditions, which resulted in book burnings, the destruction of temples, and even a decree issued by Pope Gregory IX that linked the same cats who were once adorned in ancient Egypt as symbols of protection and luck to Satanism and witchcraft, which led to cats themselves being hunted, tortured, and even sacrificed, which some believe may have contributed to the Black Plague. So not only was the vilification of black cats an attempt to make everything associated with black bad or negative just so they can turn around and call you a black people, but it also represents Western culture's long drawn out attempt to demonize African spiritual traditions.
That was game though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes, our moon's artificial, completely artificial. It was brought here from Ursa Minor between 11 and 12,000 years ago. For the purpose of being a satellite and a base, which, you know, they evacuated some time ago, but it's now being operational again. It came from a star system called Chopta, and it was the 17th planet out of a solar system that had 21 planets, and it was one of 4 moons. And it was brought here. It is older than the Earth. There are ruins all over it. There are bases underneath it. It's everything that we're told that it isn't.
I need y'all to come here.
Our moon isn't here. That moon that y'all see outside right now as we speak, it's like it's a satellite type of, let's just say it's a base. It's a base. It's not the real thing, bro. It's fake. Listen, just listen. If you have the consciousness to enter and understand this, you will. If you don't, if your consciousness is too low, you will not be able to fathom it. You might start trolling. Simple as that. I'm not feeding into the BS. Real talk. Anyhow, the moon emits low frequencies onto the planet so that they can further control and manipulate low vibrational people, XYZ, right? But it's also used to monitor and surveil us so that they can keep up and do their BS. You know what I'm saying? Do your research. The real moon is not here. But since they swapped out the real moon with the BS that's up there, right? It's like we exist on multiple planes, on multiple densities and realities. So we can still harness that energy from a different reality, from the moon. But that moon out there, no. Don't play with that moon out there too much unless you really know what you're doing, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta pretty much alternate your reality and then bring that energy into this one for this physical body. Like it's a lot.
Listen, because this morning it was an astrologist influencer who pushed her kid out of a moving car and poked her partner multiple times, leaving blood all over the house, and was allegedly disturbed by the solar eclipse. It's a lot that's going on the surface level, but what's going on with what we can't see? She was talking about spiritual warfare and having your hearts in the right places. You better pick a side and stay strong.
And also saying stuff like, wake up because the apocalypse is here. Everyone who has ears, listen. And watch how people downplay this and call this spiritual psychosis instead of calling it what it really is, which is a spiritual attack. Yeah, she was playing with certain stuff that she really didn't understand.
Yep.
Let me show y'all what I mean. This is the fallen angel that taught men astrology. It's coming straight out the book of Enoch chapter 8. And if you in the New Age spiritual community, I advise y'all to read this. Y'all gotta know everything y'all see on the internet ain't to be played with. Now this is a sad case. I'm gonna pray for her family that they find some healing. And if y'all been playing with this stuff too, y'all better start repenting and closing the gates before it's time to collect. Now let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
Cause I told y'all before it even came up, this was way back in what, December or something like that? Yo, we going into a new cycle, new season. Boom, April 8th, there's an eclipse coming. Remember that? And then everybody start talking about it. Remember that? I know y'all remember that if y'all been watching me. Right. Then I told y'all the eclipse is a black sun, which is a portal because the sun can be hijacked like Bluetooth. I told y'all all this information before. I definitely did on this channel. I definitely did. If you've been here from the beginning, you know. So, what happened there, to my knowledge, was she was playing around with the black sun, channeled up, you know, opened up a channel, an airway, and some type of energy or deity came through and influenced her or took over her vessel. One or the other. But long story short, she didn't know what she was playing with. She wasn't properly shielded. She didn't have the proper knowledge. She wasn't vibrating at the proper frequency, because once you at a certain frequency and vibration, majority of the time they won't even attempt to bother you, because once you operate from the heart space and above, it's kind of like a dead end, unless you're easily manipulated, easily influenced. Feel me? Easy to knock your vibration down. Once you come out of that heart space and you go down, oh yeah, you fresh meat. So be careful what you're doing out here, man.
I can follow
For
for
real.
more wisdom and stay tuned. Y'all have to make sure y'all is prayed up. We're going to some strange times.
In 1970, they did a nation of the human body.
What's with the weight?
Like I said, the average male
That's my main question.
1,500 sperm per heartbeat. They redid that same test in 2020. The average male produced 10 to 15 million sperm. That's a 2.64% reduction by year. So if you follow that out, by the year 2045, there will be no males left on this planet able to produce sperm. Why? Because of a thing called bisphenol, hard plastics, BPAs or PPHs, or phthalates. PHTHYLATES, a nasty word. But what it does, because they didn't know what to do with the products from the refinery, so they started putting it in polyester and all of these clothes. But as a result, what that plastic does and those fine particles does in our body sees, you know, the carbon. Estrogen is made from carbon. Testosterone has carbon attributes to it. So the adrenal receptors are going around throughout the body. You know, everything okay? Everything is okay? And if it's not okay, then the male's body produces testosterone and it fills those receptors. And if it's not okay for the woman, the female's body, her ovaries produces estrogen, and they go, and their body is now imbalanced. But because of the phthalates, what it does, it mimics the estrogen. It mimics the testosterone inside those adrenal receptors. And so now the testes don't produce, and so men become effeminized. There's a guy named Dr. Tyrone that, funny name, but he did a test with frogs.
Okay.
And the frogs became homosexual. The females become masculinized. And the males become feminized. So stop drinking plastics, because by 2045 there will be no males left on this planet.
Our solution to the world's problems, the energy crisis here in the United States, was exceptionally successful worldwide. We expect similar success with our upcoming food shortage. Our labor leaders have made great progress by causing confusion and work stoppages in all areas of the world. Financially, the dollar is being devalued even faster than we could have hoped. Politically, the public has lost total confidence in any form of government. The threat of universal war is a daily possibility. As you know, we ourselves do not need to hold any visible office of leadership. As a matter of fact, it's better that we do not. We control the finances, news media, food, transportation, energy. We control everything. It is important.
A new discovery, which has not yet been published. It relates directly to the black communities across America. After here, I'm going to Bimini. As you said, I'm also going to speak at the Washington Conference again in Louisiana about this. Free. But before I tell you about that, people will say, well, big deal, so what? Why is history important at all? History is extremely important. Imagine if if I could take from each one of you as an individual everything you knew about life to last week and just erase it, where would you be? You'd be lost. You'd be incompetent. You wouldn't know how to plan for the future. And you do the same thing with a people. If you erase their history or you don't tell enough about their past, they also become incompetent.
That's why they tell you it's important to go to history class in school. Yo, you can't make it up. Like, it's all there. And it all checks. All the boxes are checked, bro. How can you not agree or question none of this, bro? Like, I don't know, bro.
Competent, and they can't fulfill the future. And that's why a lot of people in the black community have thought, well, how come all of the dreams of the civil rights movement aren't yet fulfilled? And one reason is because this history is still suppressed. It still isn't taught. But there's been a recent discovery which is going to blow the lid off of all that. And that's what I'm going to talk about. Now, basically, what science has now found, although this is suppressed for the most part, there have been some great researchers. You have some wonderful books like by Evan Van Sertima, who's talking about these things. This is not taught in your public schools, although it will be. The history that the children are learning today is not going to be history that's going to be taught in the next 25 years.
Nice.
It's radically different. We now know for a fact that long before Columbus, there were 4 major migrations of blacks to the Americas, different parts of the Americas, for totally different reasons, totally separated from each other by many centuries. But nonetheless, there were these black.
First of all, we ain't even black, bro. That's a color, bro. We are carbon, copper, melanated based beings, bro. Like, are you serious with this color stuff? Come on, bro.
You can call them migrations, but they were not in China. I'll describe them. You can make up your own mind what they were.
Brown.
The
like,
most recent of these
black? You serious?
took place about 400 years before Columbus was even born. And it's all outlined in a marvelous book over there. It's called The Golden Trade of the Moors. And it is now known that the West African kingdom of Mali had huge fleets of merchant vessels. And that these kings, these black kings of West Africa, began sailing across the Atlantic to Mexico as early as 900 AD. Now, why did they do that? They did that for trade, not for conquest or invasion. They did this for trade. Mali was very wealthy in gold. They had lots of minerals. Some of the black kingdoms, they were called the Yoruba or the Benin. They were great workers in bronze. But the trouble with West Africa, and it's still a trouble today, not enough food. Famine. Somehow, the black kings of Mali had preserved this tradition long before, where there was this kingdom across the sea, totally different one. It was very hard to reach. You needed to have excellent ships and good sailors, and nobody in Europe was doing it at this time. But if you cross that sea, this other kingdom across the Atlantic was very rich in a certain kind of food, which the people over there called maize. We now call corn. And these West African kings launched at least 2 major fleet trading ventures that went across the Atlantic 900 AD to about 1600 AD. And they brought over their bronze work, and they taught the Mexican people, the ancient Mexican people who were then known as the Mayas. The Mayas had built up a great kingdom of their own, but 900 AD they were in decline. They were really on the outs. Nobody knows exactly what. Their society was in decline. They were losing all their technology. Then these black fleets came across from West Africa, from Mali, and they presented a lot of gold work, bronze work, and in return, they came back with shiploads of corn, maize. Now, we know for sure that this actually happened because very recently, you'll see in the next issue of our magazine, not this issue, the next issue is coming out in about 2 weeks. This is part of it. The discoveries are happening so fast and furious, it's hard to keep track. They now have found that a certain type of maize or corn, which is growing in West Africa, has been growing there for many centuries, is not native to West Africa. It is a type of corn which comes from Mexico. Could have only been brought over by these Mali seafarers over 1,000 years ago. So this is the first concrete proof that they beat Columbus by centuries. And we're not just on a voyage of exploration. They were going back and forth, bringing corn back. Now, why do we know about that? Well, this trade stopped abruptly 1600 AD. 1600 AD, the Spanish, the Portuguese brought a real aggressive colonizing campaign, and they took over Africa, and they destroyed a lot of these kingdoms. And with the destruction of these kingdoms went all the knowledge and all the history of these past trades. This is a tremendous lesson for us because, you know, we're so proud of our American civilization. We think it'll go on forever. But when a civilization falls, history tells us it takes almost all memory of it with it. Civilization is really very fragile. And that's why these lessons from the past are very, very important. If we want to preserve our civilization, we have to learn what happened to these others that crashed. So we know for sure between 900 and 1600 AD, long before Columbus was even born, as I say, these blacks were trading, these black kingdoms were trading with Mexico. I have to refer to my notes just because this is new to me as well. There's also traditions in Mexico, ancient Mexico, of these black kings coming. And one of them was called, by the Mayas, if I pronounce this right, Echua, which means the black calabash or the black gourd. It referred not only to his black skin color, but also this gourd that he brought over. This gourd has been portrayed in these Maya hieroglyphs. This guy is portrayed as a West African type of man, robes and everything. And he's holding a gourd in these glyphs. That gourd has actually been identified as a West African type of gourd. So here we're having wonderful proof that there were these contacts between Africa and Mexico. And they actually referred to him by this name. And it shows that the Mayas and these Mali civilizers, these Mali traders, got along really well. It wasn't a conquest. It wasn't one society taking over another. They both had things to offer each other. The Africans had to offer metallurgy and gold, and the Mayas had to offer corn.
Got 40 acres and a mule.
What y'all think about that? I'm gonna say this: even if it's CBA, even if it is CBA, and they do teach that, at least they teaching about carbon, copper, brown, melanated-based people, because they don't teach that at all. They don't teach no. But man, I'm gonna say this as well. It shows like that the indigenous ones, the carbon, copper, brown, melanated people, we lack our history. It shows like every single rotation. It shows. Look how our people behave and carry themselves. It's absurd.
When they freed us,
we ain't never been free.
Oh man, that's some
free what? Free to do what? Free to go get a white man's job and go watch some football and watch some basketball and buy a little old jewelry. Free to do what? You don't make no law. You don't manufacture nothing. You don't produce nothing. So where's your freedom at? And if the Negro don't have that white boy, he in trouble. He don't know how to eat. He don't know how to eat. The only way he don't know how to eat, he got to go fill out the application. He got to go get that job and got to stay on that job and do what the master said do.
So giving us 40 acres would have been giving us too much power back then.
They ain't going to give you shit. Why? They ain't gave you nothing in all these years. They give an immigrant or a refugee more than they get slave descent. Now they might give you something because you got a Nigerian. You consider the immigrant. I go up there and ask them something, well, yeah, I'll give you shit. You got to still take what you want. Fuck you. Excuse me, ma'am, I'm sorry.
No, please.
No, I'm sorry. But they ain't give you nothing. They ain't giving you nothing when they give you 40 acres and a mule. They come over here and took this land from the Indians. Now how they gonna give me something? This God's land. God put this land here for man. You done gathered it all up. Now you gonna dictate to what you gonna do on it too? That 1700 law? Man, that shit don't work no more. Everybody over here now. Every tongue is in America. America's Babylon. And everybody hate one another. They all doing one another every kind of way. If a person got a country to go to where's a culture, why did he leave that country where's a culture at to come over here where there ain't no culture? Especially, we ain't no culture. Black man ain't no culture. He gave up his culture. He didn't want to follow what the slaves done or what the slaves passed down. He did what Dr. King said do. He went and got that white boy's education. Now he that white boy. And he think that white boy is Superman. That white boy ain't Superman. Iran, Iraq, all these countries is rebelling against him right now. Putin would want to fire on him so fast he don't know what to do.
Enojado.
Y'all think about this. Yo, what y'all think about that, man? How was the video? How was the presentation? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new to the channel, like I said, welcome to the Haven. You see how we rock. This our energy. This our vibe. If you've been waiting for me, you know what's up, man. You know what's up, man. I mean, I ain't even gotta say it. You know what's up. You know what I'm saying? But I hope you guys liked the video. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. I did not watch all these clips. Like when I came across them, I'm like, nah, hold on, I'm gonna save it. This was pretty nice, actually. This was well put. This was definitely well put. Listen, Haven, this is it. I'll see y'all in the next video. I send deep divine abundance, balance, harmony, love, prosperity, strength, and unity. Because peace is separate. I'm out. I'm out of space, I'm flowing, so no slowing down, let's speed it. Taking off from